Hello, this is Ted and Christy with Dementia Talks, and we're kind of uneven here.
That's okay.
We're back after a couple months. We haven't talked to you for a while, so we apologize for that, but we're not gone. So I just wanted to do a short show today, and we'll come back with some other topics, but really just answering the question, are you guys still doing this? So
for as long as we can.
That's right. That's always been the commitment, that we would do this as long as we can. So just two things I want to kind of plagiarize or not plagiarize, but advertise in that is one is the book. You can get it online on Amazon and Amazon Kindle. It's a personal journey into dementia. It's covers a lot of the things that we talk about here, from the very beginning to the end, and goes in the tracks depending on where you are at within the questions you have about dementia. I also want to have a little fun to let you look behind us, and you can see that I like to draw. I'm an artist. I like to draw and paint. My art in the past has been more detailed, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
And because of dementia, I've kind of moved towards more abstract art. This is
impressionistic.
Thank you. Okay, that's a better word. So in my impressionistic art, this is an example of a flower that I did. So it's done in a combination of tools that I use on the computer. So that helps me with, and instead of being all watercolor or all paint. I've never painted in oil, so this helps me do some painting. It keeps my.
He likes that he can erase his mistakes.
That's the real part.
And we all make mistakes, and lots of times you have to wad up that paper and throw it away, and this way he doesn't have to.
Yeah, in this process, each layer is part of the process. So if you make a mistake on one layer, you can get rid of it and say, "Oh, I can do that layer again." So, an interesting way to learn art or use art, and it's on. You can get to this on Fine Art America. Just type in my name, Ted Obenar, or you can go to Wandering Light, and it will. There's a section there for art, and you can find the art there. And you can make, if you like something, you can go everything from a coffee cup, which somebody has bought. A coffee cup all the way up into a larger painting, so it's really up to you. Anyway,
wallpaper.
I don't know that I saw that up there, so please don't quote me wrong if they don't have wallpaper available, but they do have big prints and little prints. So we're going to answer the question a little bit about where we've been, why there's been the delay, and what's been going on with me. So I'm going to let Christy jump in, because she can answer some of the questions of where we've been and some of the delays that kind of pushed us back to having the thing that show today.
Yeah, well, we took our own sweet time coming back from California, stopped along the way. Once we got home, it was a little slower unpacking and getting things in order. And I saw somewhat of a decline that has been going on. And before I knew it, he was getting slower and slower. And in a period of about a week, he had fallen 4 times. His balance was off. So the last fall, We took him to the emergency room. Didn't break anything, but had some bruising and some double vision and a headache. And so he spent 3 days, 2 nights in the hospital. And they adjusted meds a bit, but they sort of said that it was the progression of Lewy body. That was the determination. The neurologist and everybody was in agreement that it was moving. Lewy body was moving ahead. Since then, he came home. He has now a walker with wheels. And we put in a stair lift because the debate was, do we move his office upstairs and the guest room downstairs, or do we get a stair lift? He likes his office just the way it is, and we didn't feel like really moving it. And we like our house the way it is, so we put in a stair lift. It's great to move suitcases and lots of heavy items up and down the stairs as well. I have a sewing machine that if it needs to be repaired, it just goes on the stair lift. But getting back to his situation, it's been about 3 weeks since you've been out of the hospital, maybe 4, and you've gradually improved. He's some of the meds we think were making him a bit dizzy, and he's still walking with a walker around the neighborhood with the dog, but overall now he's back to a cane in the house and a walker at night when he gets up, because the dizziness is
it's more profound.
You wake up, anybody gets a little lightheaded and dizzy when they have to get up in the middle of the night. So, does that cover it?
Yeah, we're going to continue to cover topics that people have written in on. There's been, the delay has at least created some interesting topics and questions that are out there. Obviously, the most obvious is, are you guys still doing this? So hopefully this answers that question. Right. But I think we have a bit of a backlog on questions that people would like us to address. And we'll continue with this and the podcast, and I'll continue with the writing as best as I can. Okay. So there is some challenge for me for reading and writing. Mm-hmm. We've talked about that on this show, and it's covered in the book. It is part of the progress, or it's a part of what happens when you have dementia. It takes time to absorb the information, and when you're writing or reading, that takes a bit of work, more work and energy than you're normally used to. So no, we haven't quit, haven't given up, and we hope that you've enjoyed this podcast. Hope you find some art that you like, and we are happy that you're with us. We are getting close. I don't think we're there quite yet. We are getting close to the magic 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and we would love to hit that magic number. Not because it does anything or means anything really significant. It's just it's a milestone, and we're close. And so, if you have friends that want to know more about dementia, want to hear about it from a first-person point of view, also with caregivers and other people in the interviews, please share Dementia Talks, and just remember to ask them or tell them to put it in quotes, so it makes it easier for the search engine to find it. It's just a kind of a funny thing with Google. They don't really distinguish between somebody talking about dementia and the pronoun or the title of this show called Dementia Talks. So now we've said it about 12 times. They say if you say it enough, you remember it. So now you remember it's Dementia Talks. So anyway, we hope you have a great day, Anything else that we need to add?
No.
Okay, then
We'll
this
go
is,
on to topics later.
We'll go to other topics later, and we'll keep this as short as this. It's right at the 10-minute mark. Thank you.